What Trump said about Filipinos that's suddenly sending Americans to Philippines in 2025. Shocking. What if just one statement could spark a global conversation, shifting political, cultural, and social dynamics between two nations? Today, we're unpacking the shocking remarks former U.S. President Donald Trump made about Filipinos, a statement so provocative it's not only captured attention worldwide, but is now driving Americans to consider moving to the Philippines by 2025. This isn't just another headline. This is a story that runs deep for over 4 million Filipino Americans who have woven themselves into the fabric of U.S. society. But Trump's words didn't just spark pride or controversy. They ignited curiosity and an unexpected trend. Why are Americans suddenly turning their gaze to the Philippines? Is it about opportunity, admiration, or something far more political? Stay with us as we explore what Trump said, what it means for Filipinos across the diaspora, and how this global shift could reshape U.S.-Philippines relations forever. Prepare for revelations that will leave you stunned. To understand the gravity of Trump's remarks, we need to first set the foundation. The Philippines and the United States share a complex and storied history, colonial ties, a shared military alliance, and decades of migration forming an unbreakable bond. For generations, Filipino Americans have contributed immensely to U.S. society as nurses, engineers, teachers, and even military service members who enrich the cultural and economic landscape of the country. But beyond this historical connection, there's an identity that the Filipino diaspora takes pride in: resilience, hospitality, and the ability to adapt to any situation. For many Filipinos, both at home and abroad, these qualities define who they are. So when Trump, the ever-controversial figure, decided to comment on Filipinos, the stakes couldn't have been higher. Let's get straight to the point. What did Trump actually say about Filipinos that caused this uproar? Trump's remarks were a mix of unexpected praise and subtle insinuations. He described Filipinos as hardworking, innovative, and deserving of global recognition for their contributions, not just in America, but worldwide. But in typical Trump fashion, his comments didn't come without controversy. Some of his words, while flattering at first glance, carried undertones that sparked debate. Filipinos, they're incredible people, smart, and they love America more than some Americans do, Trump reportedly said during one of his interviews. While this may sound like praise for the Filipino-American community, it also stirred tension. Was this a veiled critique of certain Americans or a strategic nod to Filipino loyalty in U.S. history? Furthermore, Trump's reference to the Philippines as a potential future hub for Americans caught everyone off guard. A future hub for what? Migration, investment, or something deeper? The world quickly responded. Filipino Americans were torn. Some felt proud of the recognition, while others saw these remarks as oversimplified and loaded with agendas. Words have power, and when someone as polarizing as Donald Trump says them, their impact ripples across oceans. Trump's comments struck at the heart of many Filipino Americans' identity, causing introspection, pride, and for some, a sense of unease about being politicized. It also reignited discussions on U.S.-Philippines relations. Historically, the U.S. has often treated the Philippines with mixed messaging, acknowledging its close ties while also sidelining critical issues like sovereignty and equality. Trump's remarks seemed to bring both nations closer while also spotlighting overlooked challenges. But the most unexpected consequence of his statements was an emerging trend among Americans eyeing the Philippines for relocation. One of the most surprising outcomes of Trump's praise for the Philippines is the sharp rise in interest from Americans considering moving to the archipelago by 2025. While his remarks alone didn't cause this shift, his words served as a catalyst, bringing attention to the Philippines' charm and potential. For some Americans, the Philippines represents an escape from the escalating political and social tensions in the United States. With its affordable cost of living, warm climate, and culturally rich lifestyle, the islands offer what many believe to be a simpler, happier way of life. But the connections run deeper than surface reasons. Americans are noticing something Filipinos have long known: the strength of community, the value of family, and a culture that prioritizes kindness and hospitality. Trump's statements about Filipinos being smart and valuing their relationships seem to resonate with many U.S. citizens disillusioned with their own country's cultural direction. But with this growing interest comes a bigger question: what will this trend mean for Filipinos at home and abroad? To really understand why Americans are suddenly drawn to the Philippines, we need to highlight its unique appeal. First and foremost is the cost of living. Compared to the United States, the Philippines offers an incredible quality of life at a fraction of the cost, making it especially attractive to retirees and remote workers looking to stretch their dollars further. Secondly, the Philippines boasts a tropical climate, breathtaking natural landscapes, and a thriving tourism industry. For years, destinations like Palawan, Boracay, and Cebu have lured adventurers from all over the world. Add to that a tech-savvy, English-speaking population, and it's no wonder Americans feel they can transition smoothly into life in the Philippines. But the real gem is its people. Filipinos' reputation for warmth and hospitality often leaves a lasting impression on everyone who visits. Generosity is an integral part of the culture, be it sharing meals, offering directions, or inviting strangers into their homes. This global image of Filipinos, coupled with Trump's remarks, has further cemented the Philippines as a destination worthy of more than just a short visit. As the interest grows, it's essential to ask, is this shift purely about admiration for the Philippines, or are there deeper political and social issues at play? Over the past several years, America has undergone significant social and political upheavals, from increasing polarization and economic uncertainties to debates over identity and belonging. Trump's remarks, whether intentional or not, may have tapped into this sense of restlessness. For some Americans, the idea of starting over in a vibrant, culturally rich nation like the Philippines feels like both an adventure and an escape from mounting anxieties at home. For Filipino Americans, however, this newfound attention raises mixed emotions. On one hand, many feel proud that their homeland is finally being appreciated globally. On the other, there are concerns about cultural misunderstandings and the risk of exploitation. If this migration trend grows unchecked, the question on many lips: how will Filipinos, both in the Philippines and abroad, respond to this sudden wave of interest? While many are excited at the prospect of fostering stronger international relationships, some worry about potential cultural clashes. Filipino values, family, respect, and community are rooted in traditions that might not align with every American's expectations or lifestyle. Additionally, the influx of foreigners into local communities could lead to rising costs for locals, putting pressure on an already fragile economic landscape. At the same time, the Filipino diaspora has a vital role to play in bridging these cultures. As cultural ambassadors, Filipino Americans can guide new settlers in adapting to Filipino norms while advocating for mutual respect. Zooming out, Trump's remarks and their aftermath reflect a larger pattern of global migration and shifting alliances. As more Americans look toward the Philippines, could this signify a rekindling of U.S.-Philippines cooperation, or will these trends create new challenges for Filipinos grappling with an increasing presence of foreigners on their soil? Economically, a larger expat presence could bring increased investment and tourism revenue. Culturally, it might bring greater appreciation for Filipino traditions on a global scale. However, it's crucial to ensure that this growth is equitable, that it benefits Filipinos rather than marginalizing them. This moment also presents an opportunity for Filipinos to shine on the world stage, showcasing their hospitality, ingenuity, and resilience as key drivers of international relations. At its core, this story is about more than just one statement. It's about identity, migration, and the intersection of culture and politics. Trump's remarks may have sparked this conversation, but it's Filipinos who will ultimately shape its outcomes. As some Americans prepare for relocation, and as the Philippines receives more attention, we are reminded of the strength and adaptability that define the Filipino spirit. In an ever-changing global landscape, will this trend unite communities or deepen divides? Only time will tell. One thing is certain: the bond between Filipinos and Americans remains unshakable, built on decades of shared history and future hope. Whatever lies ahead, Filipinos worldwide can stand proud, knowing their roots and culture continue to inspire and captivate the world.